Well, hey there. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you. It's March 7th. It's almost 11 a.m. on the East Coast. I'm in the middle of the country. I'll be going to a special location to shoot a video today. That's a fun one I've never been to before in a state that I don't often visit, so that should be fun. In the meantime, let's talk about hockey. Let's talk about college basketball. We're going to make it kind of quick because I want to get on the road. So today's hockey, not a lot of confirmed goalies today, and also a lot of second string goalies, a lot of understudies today on the list I saw, especially in this Buffalo Islanders game. You don't have Varlamov playing. You got Jonas Johansson. He sounds like you should have a boy band from Sweden with that kind of name. I don't know what kind of goalie he is. People I haven't seen. So, we had the Islanders beat Buffalo pretty handily yesterday. That was talked about in the video. And today, it could be a similar situation. However, the goaltenders are a little more questionable, and we're not used to that. But Buffalo's still a pretty bad team. But, hockey teams do win games once in a while, as was noted by Anaheim yesterday. I'll look at yesterday's stats in a sec. But let's try to blow through this. Tampa Bay, Chicago. Here you have Vasilevsky against potentially Subban. Really double check those confirmations because that really weights us heavily in Tampa Bay's favor. Taking Tampa Bay even -1.5 looks like the way to go if that's what's going to happen there. Florida and Carolina. These are two good teams. Expect some goals in these games. Even though Reimer's goalie strength's pretty high, it does say 6.6 goals. Take the over 5.5 in this game. I like a lot because these teams will. Carolina's, I think, been off for a few days too, right? So expect some offense in this game. Yeah, these teams are going to duke it out. This is going to be an over. Jersey and Boston. Likes Boston across the board, including playing better. New Jersey really fallen off the wagon recently. Yeah, they have not looked good. I mean, recently, probably the whole season. Caps versus the Flyers. Look at how close this game is. Vegas right in line with that. That actually edges the Flyers, even though it edges Washington in projected score. So this is clearly the game of a bounce. Interesting idea potentially to take an over here, even though it's not telling you. It doesn't think it looks like it's over 6 there. However, it's so close that you're looking at a one-goal game, and one-goal games fight with empty nets and stuff, and I bet you it does get to 6 or more. Rangers and Pittsburgh, also another one of those. This is actually a very similar situation. Also look at an over in a game like this. And they hit it last night with Rangers had a ton of goals against the Devils, I think, last night, right? Goalies, of course, all unconfirmed, so this is a mess. We really need to get some confirmed goalies in here. I'll do an update later, but I don't know how late, and I don't know which of these games are already going to have started. Like, you're not going to get my goalies for these two games. I'm going to be on the road here. So, later in the day, you've got Nashville and Dallas. Pecorino and up. These are bad teams. Dallas won last night handily, right? And then Ottawa and Calgary, also a close game. The thing you learn about this is that Ottawa's line is just sort of Vegas is giving you a lot of an extra bump here for taking Ottawa on the road, and the game is so close it even favors them in projected score. So them plus 1.5 for them to win. You're going to win this game like 50% of the time. Ottawa's going to beat Calgary in this scenario. I think they just lost one, so maybe they're due. All right, so that was today. Yesterday was 5 and 7. Real quick, and then I'll get to college basketball. Yesterday was 5 and 7, and the beginning of the day looked phenomenal. The beginning of the day, the Rangers. This changed a little bit. The Rangers won over the Devils. The Islanders covered against Buffalo. This Philly-Pittsburgh game was actually a lead-changing game that ended up being very, very close and kind of similar to what was going on here, just back and forth, like I kind of expected. Florida came back to take out Nashville. Then everything fell apart. And everything fell apart at night. Like, I've never look at how terrible this is. But it wasn't just us. It was Vegas, and it was the weirdest things happening in the games. I didn't really watch them, but I saw attract some scores. And like Anaheim was up 2-0 in this game. Then they were down 4-2, and then they came back to win 5-4. And that's the first game they'd won in the last 15 days. That is funny. And that's probably because Hunter Biska was in there. Was Hunter Biska in there yesterday? Probably was. And oh wow, that's nuts. Columbus gets destroyed by Dallas. St. Louis loses after leading against LA. They had like a 3-1 lead. They blow this and lose 4-3. This game stayed under Calgary and Edmonton, like I said, and Vegas was very even. So really, middle of the day was blotchy with insanity. And Winnipeg, oh yeah, Winnipeg loses 7-1 somehow. So clearly that's where the algorithm was wrong, and Vegas knew something that the algorithm did not agree with. And wow, was this berserk. They just unloaded in the second and third period. So crazy stuff with hockey yesterday. But now let's talk about college basketball today. We have 22 games in here today. I haven't looked at this thing yet. I don't know how much I'm going to be betting. I know it was a decent day yesterday with some reliable things that I talked about winning, including the pick of the day. Elena's pick of the day won yesterday. We could pull her out, but I just want to make this really fast. So today we align with Vegas on a lot of things. We only have one underdog, and it's an away team with no bump. That's not good. Not really any good lines. This Hofstra-Delaware game is starting, I think, right now. And that one actually taking Hofstra because Delaware's hurting as well is not a bad play. Other than that, what's the pick of the day here for college basketball? Because there are no underdog lines that are good. And what about this? Drake has been playing all right, even at that 71%. So a reasonable money line at the top would mean that we think this team's going to cover the spread here, the way the margin is. So teams like Michigan that are very good against a team like Michigan State that is not as good, we have them winning that game by... Wow, we think that their margin of victory is going to be 17 points, and all they have to cover is 8.5. 8.5's a lot, but they're a very strong team in Michigan. Now, they're away, so that's not nice. So is this Texas away at Texas Christian, but this is a similar situation. These are really high spread cover numbers, so if you're going to take some things, if I'm looking for something that's a pick of the day, It is really where the spread cover number is high, this power number is high, and the line is reasonable. So it's like Texas -7, Houston -10 over Memphis at home. But that's 10 points though. Ugh. It's not a good look today. There really is not very much on here that I like. I do like this Hofstra at Delaware, though. Although they're a weak power team. Guys, it's not a good college basketball day. I hate to say. So, if you do one thing... God, I got to give you a pick, though. If you do one thing... All right, let's use the filter to figure this out. I want to take a power strength team on a day like this that is better than 50%. Okay. That leaves these games. Spread cover's got to be positive. It's going to be something up here. All the lines are bad. I'm sorry, guys. All the lines are bad. There's really nothing I could do here. I guess you would go the highest on the list, and you would take one of these two. They are both on the road, but at least Texas only has to cover 7. Michigan's a more powerful team. But I just think I think Texas is a stronger game, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't give you pick of the day for college basketball. I'm sorry. There's nothing on here. It all sucks. I have to be honest with you. It all sucks. All right, so that's the update for the day. When it comes to betting on basketball, I do think it sucks today. When it comes to betting on hockey, as a pick of the day, you could do... Well, first of all, let's look at the right day, which is Sunday. I actually like kind of an over. I like an over in the Rangers game. This game right here. This is my pick of the day. And normally I pick a winner, but I don't have too much time to go through all this. But this is a really good over, and I'll tell you why. few reasons pointing to this. New York has been putting up goals recently. It's predicting 6.5 goals and also a very close game, which means hard-fought battle back and forth with goalies that are hanging out in the 60% range. So you can see even when you have goalies in the 60% range here for Nashville and Dallas, these teams don't have the offensive strength to make their adjusted power greater. So this game right here of New Jersey at Pittsburgh is going to have 7+ goals. I would do an alternate over here of like over 7.5. You probably get to like 8 or even 9 goals in this game. So that's my pick of the day for hockey. And good luck, everybody. May all of your picks be doing the best they can do.